Hi everybody and welcome back to Around the Craft Table. Today we're making paper crosses. Here's a list of the measurements. Don't worry, you'll be able to get these on my website. Okay, to start off, we are going to need some cardstock. You're going to want like a heavier paper, and we're going to need a Hershey nugget. We're going to start off by cutting 2 strips of the paper, 1 inch by 8.5. Next, we're going to take those, and from one end, we're going to score it 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, and then turn it around and scored from the other end at 1.25 inches. Next, you're just going to want to fold on all of those score marks. And then we're going to take one end, the smaller end on each one, and we're going to stick those together with some adhesive tape, or you could use glue if you'd like. And then next you'll be able to see how the cross will take shape. So you're going to want to use glue. I found it handy to use the glue with the needle nose dispenser at the top. So you just get a little thin line. Too much glue and it's going to be really sloppy. I started off by doing the 2 arms of the cross, but I suppose you could start at the top if you wanted to. And you're just going to want to hold those nice and tight together until it dries a little bit so it doesn't pop open on you. This might take a little bit of playing with it to make sure you got the right sections. It's like a bit of a puzzle. You may want to stick a little extra glue in there to make sure it sticks well. And then fold the top, and you've got 3 sections of the cross. Next, you're going to do the bottom. Now we're going to put the Hershey nugget in the bottom. So you're just going to want to stick it in there to make sure that it's going to fit before you tape it down. Okay, and when you got it where it wants to be, you're just going to tape the ends together. And there you have your basic cross. Now, if you've been here for a little while, you know that we can't just leave things plain. So I'm going to show you how to decorate it a bit. You can do whatever you want with it. The first thing we're going to do is to cut a strip about 1 inch by 3 inches, and this will get glued around the candy, around the Hershey nugget. You could use the same kind of paper if you don't want it to stand out. I chose a decorative paper just to give it some contrast. And once you have that glued, you can stick that in the bottom. So I'm using here, it's called His Grace from Stamping Up. I'm just going to use the word stamp that says He is risen, using some Memento ink. And a Stampin' Up oval punch. And then you'll see me using my crocodile to cut a hole to make it a tag. Then I'm going to take some of this ink and I'm going to brush it around the edges. This is Petal Pink, I believe, from Stampin' Up. I'm going to brush it around the edges just to give it some pop of color. Now, I'm also going to go around the edges of the cross. We could have done this before we glued it all together if it's easier. And of course, don't forget the other side. Next, I cut out some little purple butterflies with a paper punch. And again, I used a little bit of the pink ink to put around the edges. And I kind of bent their wings up so it made them look like they're flying. And we're going to use some baker's twine. You could also use ribbon or flowers. Tied it around the middle, stuck it in through the tag, tied a nice little bow. And then I'm just going to hook the butterflies on with some glue. Thanks so much for joining me again around the craft table. Hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.